How's it going, everybody? We're alive. We're alive. We're here. Talking Dynamite as usual. Talking all the graps. If anyone's in here right now, make sure to leave a like on the live stream. I think it helps a lot. I saw people liking the first live stream and it was kind of like popping a little bit. So make sure to do that and subscribe to the channel, of course. Got to do those things. YouTube things, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm excited for Dynamite tonight. I hope everybody here listening is too, because as you can see, it looks like a pretty damn good show. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, I think we should honestly kick it off. I don't know where we should kick it off at, though. We can maybe, the most exciting part of the whole show, Chris Jericho is going to call out Hook. That's going to be awesome. I know we're getting a lot of viewers for that, and surely there's nobody that tunes out of the show because of that. Surely. That's not happening at all. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't know what anyone's talking about here. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty bad. I don't know if there's anything else that I could really say other than that's gonna be pretty bad. It's not exciting. It's not interesting. It's not inspired. It's nothing. It's nothing to me. Hey, how's it going, Ultra? How you doing? My week has been good. Started the week trying to get through all this, all the wrestling on the weekend. There was a lot of it, so I was trying to get through a bunch. I was trying to get through all of the TJPW show and all of the CMLL show because it was really good. So that's one of the first times I've watched all shows. Usually I just seek out specific matches, but I watched all the shows there and it was really fun. Been a good week. Getting ready to move into an apartment by myself. So that should be fun. We'll have a new background for the channel. So that'll be exciting. We'll have all this stuff behind me. All the that album all back there, it'll be vinyls after this, pure vinyls. So that should be a good time. Yeah, Chris Jericho is a bore, and that segment is gonna suck. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about it for 5 minutes. I think if anyone has seen my Twitter, go follow my Twitter at It's Novi. You probably are coming here from that if you're here, but. Yeah, if you see my Twitter, I'm like everybody else. I don't fuck with Chris Jericho. He's no good anymore. Sorry, but get out of my great company. We'll move on to another segment that everybody is surely tuning in for. Daddy Ass versus Jay White. I don't know. This will be one of those matches where you look back on it way in the past, and you'll be like, yeah, that actually happened. That was a real thing that existed at one point. I don't know if there's anything I could relate that to. I know Bryan Danielson has a few of those kind of matches. But this will be one of those matches where oh yeah, Billy Gunn and Switchblade Jay White had a match one time. I don't know. It should be fine. I hope Switchblade kills him, to be honest. I need to see a nasty Blade Runner. Nasty. What suplex vids I watch? I don't remember. I watched I watched at least one of them. Let me open it up real quick. See, look at this. We're not just doing my browser, so it doesn't get scary today. It doesn't get scary hours when we decide, hey, I don't have anything else to talk about. We're gonna talk about Twitter. I watched a few of his shorts, is what I remember watching. So, yeah, he seems like a pretty funny guy. I did watch the real main event of WrestleMania 40 because he's talking about The Rock, and that was fun to me. But yeah, it seems like a cool channel. Who knows? Maybe we'll be around sometime. But yeah, next, because I don't want to talk about Daddy Ass and Switchblade Jay White any longer. Next we're gonna hear from Willow Nightingale. I don't know how often Willow actually gets to talk, so it should be a good time. I don't know if she's good at talking. I'm not gonna say any good, but I don't know if she's good at talking. So it'll be exciting to see a young wrestler really get a chance to shine. I don't know. It should be a good time. I don't know what I think she's going to call out Mercedes. Or maybe not call her out, but mention her. And, that'll get a pop because it's fun. Or she'll probably tell Julia she's a stinky bitch or spooky bitch. But yeah, get Mercedes to do something from Willamon Productions. Yeah, I hope so. I think she'll probably be on the show in some sense. Probably not a live segment, but more like a pre-tape or something of that nature. You'd think they'd advertise her, but I don't know. Maybe she's skipping this week. Maybe she's just taking a week off. I know last week wasn't the most exciting thing, so maybe they're okay, we'll take a week and then we'll get her back in the next week doing something live. So I wouldn't mind that sort of thing. Did you watch the Not Sam Wrestling podcast? I've not gotten to it yet, but I will eventually watch it. But I say that about a lot of things, so I don't know if you can hold my word on that, because I say I'm going to watch a lot of things, but I'll get back to you when I do, I promise. So it's in the list. It's on the list. I have a long list of things I need to watch, but it's on there. Yeah, let's go to something exciting. I want something exciting. Young Bucks versus Best Friends. That's going to be exciting. That's going to be a fun match. The Young Bucks are going to bump around for him. We probably tease the Trent heel turn again. We're going to do fun stuff. It's going to be exciting. I'm really looking forward to this match. I don't know what, I'm not the biggest, I love Orange Cassidy. I did, at least, but just you wrestle too much, and you get a little predictable, get a kind of a formula going on, and I think at this point he's just a little too formulaic for my liking. But I think in tags he's been pretty good, and I think with Young Bucks across the stage from him, Trent's gonna want to do some good stuff with them. I think it's gonna be a really good match. Maybe, I don't think it's gonna be match of the night. That'll come later. Maybe a shocker for match of the night for me. I don't know. What I'm gonna talk about later. Well, let's just talk about who I think is gonna be match of the night. Thunder Rosa versus Mariah May. That's who I'm gonna put here. I don't know if it's like actually gonna be the match of the night, if that makes sense, but I think I'm gonna like that one a lot, because I really want Thunder to just be back. I want her to be fully back. I want her to do all the things she did before, and I think if there's anyone that could bring that out of her, it's Mariah, and Mariah is really, really, really good. I really love Mariah. I think she's gonna be such a star in this company, and I think if there's anyone that can bring out the old Thunder, like I said, it's her, and I'm really excited for this match. Honestly, there's some good-ass matches on this show. There's 3 other matches that could be in contention, of course, but it could be match of the night. It's a really exciting matchup. Let's see here. Man, Jericho can just go home. Something, I don't want him to retire. Just go on. That's what I think. I just take a break. Just go on holiday. Go take a few weeks off. Call it a day. Just come back at some point, maybe. I don't know. I think I'm just so burnt out of it. I don't even care. But I do want him to take a few weeks off at minimum. I know there was a lot of funny tweets about his tour with Fozzy. They were like, "Oh, he should take a 3-week tour." Oh no, it was like for all the fans in Antarctica, I'm absolutely heartbroken that you did not come here for 3 weeks. We need to see him come to Antarctica. # Chris Jericho to Antarctica. Okada versus Pac about a cook. Is that on the show? Oh, no, it's not on the show. It's on Dynasty. Yes, that is going to cook. I hope we hear something about that tonight, because it should be at least announced, I think. They're going to cook, bro. They're going to go crazy. Pac is going to sell the fuck out of Okada, and Okada's just been so good, man. He's fitting perfectly in this role. It's going to be the first big singles match for Pac on his comeback, so it's going to be really exciting. Mariah May can't fight. Nah. I hope you meant to say can fight, because she can fight. She's a beast. She's an absolute beast. I mean, watch her kicks. Watch what she does. Just the level of impact and force she lays behind all of her stuff. I'm a big, women's wrestling, I want them to hit harder, and Mariah May hits hard, so that's what I like. I'm a big fan of hers because of that. And also, I just think she has an aura about her. I know that term gets overused sometimes, but she's got aura. Next up, we'll talk about, let's talk about Lance Archer versus Bryan Danielson. What a match. What a fun matchup. I know Lance is a pretty experienced guy. Bryan Danielson has obviously been around forever. I wonder if they've ever matched up together. If this is their first time. I'm going to look it up. Lance Archer. I hope my keyboard isn't too loud. Bryan Danielson. Cage match. Got to pull up the cage match. Yeah, I don't think they've ever fought. They've only been in the ring one time, and it was literally earlier this week. It was on Saturday with Collision in that 6-man with the Righteous. This should be a really fun match. I don't know how it's gonna look. I know I think Bryan's obviously gonna he's gonna try to chop down the big man and do a lot of good work on that sort of stuff, and maybe he'll bump around for old Lance Archer, but Lance rules, and I'm always excited to see him get a match on Dynamite, because I feel like he could be a bigger player in the company if they just kind of let him loose a little bit. So maybe this is the moment. Maybe this is the moment where they let him loose. Look at a few. Ultra, the biggest problem with TNA is that literally all 16 minutes are under. Clarify. What? I'm a tad confused. All matches are 16 minutes or under. I'm confused, but I'm sure you'll clarify. I need clarification. I will answer, I promise. Do you think Dynasty has the potential to be better than Revolution? I mean, maybe. Not for me. I was at Revolution, but, obviously personal bias aside, being their live bias aside, I think it has a really high potential, especially with some of the top matches on that card. I mean, you got Bryan Danielson versus Ospreay on that card. That's, that's good enough, I say. But maybe for the vibes alone, the Sting retirement match, that was incredible vibes, and there was a lot of great matches on Revolution. But yeah, we'll sum everything up. I think it has the potential. The match has got to hit. It'll be better work rate wise, I think, but I don't know about feeling overall. That's what I'll say. Lance is another guy we need more of. Absolutely. Lance has always been a guy we need more of, and I wish that he actually got a full run. I know he's had a few spurts with the company and spurts of where he's been featured on TV, but just throw him on Collision. The Colliders, we love not little. Lance Archer, not little, but throw him on Collision. We love those kind of guys that just, work best when they're throwing dudes around, when their matches get a second to breathe. This Lance Archer is a Collider. That's what it is. Put him on Collision after this match and let him cook. All TNA matches are 16 minutes, and that's annoying. I didn't even know that. I don't not tune into TNA, but I did not know that. Well, okay. Well, cage match business. A little more of the cage match business. You know how it is. Total nonstop action wrestling. The cursed name that they've now acquired again. Is there a thing called TNA Explosion? Ooh, that's a little... Oh, wait. No, what is that? What is this? Oh, maybe that's the pre-show. Oh. I think it's the pre-show. Okay, there it is. TNA Impact. I was like, no way it's fucking Explosion. What? Their main event is definitely 16. I mean, I don't really give a fuck about any of these matches. I think that's the bigger thing. I don't really care about any of these guys. I mean, it's cool or whatever, but, I'm not really, moved. Someone I am moved at that's on TNA, though? Masha Slamovich. Get her ass do something with Masha on TNA. What are we doing with her? She's such a beast in Japan. Did you guys see her match with, what's her name? I think no, not Rika Tatsumi. God damn it. Spreadsheet business. We're back up. Hang on. Oh, take a pause here. It was Rika Tatsumi. I got it right. Oh, I'm a beast. Oh, gas myself up a little bit there. Yeah, it was Rika Tatsumi. Her match was so good. I know not everybody put it on their sheets. I rated it really highly. I love Slamovich in Japan. I hope she gets that kind of run in TNA. That would probably make me tune in a little bit, but we'll see. I don't know if they'll ever actually do it. Let's see. I don't want to be that guy, but who genuinely wants to see Jericho with Hook? I'm just looking at it now and I'm so confused. There's nobody that wants that. You don't have to be that guy. You are everybody. You're the voice of everybody there, because nobody wants to see any more of that. It's no good. It's bad. We need more world title changes on TV instead of pay-per-view. I wouldn't mind it. Throw a world title switch on TV sometime. I don't know who you do that with. I think I proposed something on Twitter where there was an older guy should get more of a transitional run. I think maybe doing something like that. Just a quick title switch and stuff. That would be cool. I would be totally down for that. Because it makes you feel like you should watch Dynamite sometimes like that. And you don't have to be maybe world title, but do some more title switches on TV. I don't think we get enough of that. Kind of hold everything off for the pay-per-views. And I understand you want the pay-per-views to be as big as possible, but I want my Dynamites to be can't miss. And it's can't miss for me, but, maybe that would help a little bit. Let's see here. Lance on Collision as a monster who scares everyone. Yeah, put him with... Oh, it would be good for Colliders? Put him on there with Jake the Snake. I don't know what he's up to these days, but Colliders would eat that alive. I know I would. Prayer Circle for Lance and Thunder. Prayer Circle, we're praise up. I'm going to go for, obviously I'm rooting for Danielson. He's my favorite ever, I think, and I'm a big Mariah fan, but prayers up for them to have a good match at minimum. That's what I want. I need them to have a great match. The problem with TNA is no one cares about these guys. Even the women's division, which used to be the best in the West, has gone to hell. Look, I think that's exactly what I said. I just don't give a fuck about any of these guys. And Moose is the world champion, I think, still. It's not going to work. How's it going? I wish I could pronounce your name. I think maybe Mahir? Maybe that would be good. I'm just going to maybe shorten it. I don't want to risk not like I hate butchering names. I feel so bad when I try to say someone's name and I just fuck it up. Last name Thomas. I haven't said the first name the whole time, and they're in here every week, and I really appreciate it. But I just hate butchering names, so I just don't even take the chance on it. But everything's all good. I hope everything's good with you. What's going with Ricky Starks? Why is he taking the pins in all the tag matches? Well, this week he wasn't supposed to. They played his music like after I think Top Flight had gotten the win. They played his music because he was supposed to win. But he got hurt. It was a random freak thing. So I don't think he was supposed to. But I think Ricky fans have been starved for quite some time, so I understand. And even prior to last week's injury, yeah, you mentioned that. I probably should have read that before I went on my little tangent. But, yeah, I think just Ricky Starks fans are starved at this point. I don't know if I necessarily agree with his underusage. Maybe at least give him another shot. Give him something. I don't know. Just give him something, please. Exactly. You could have heel Ricky as TNT champ, who is a coward, and have Lance. I mean, I like Big Bill and Ricky, but you throw Lance... Oh, be on the hunt for him? Oh, I get it. Okay, I understand now. Yeah, why not? Lance's TNT champion would kind of be really cool. But that ain't his belt just yet. And, we could segue that into... We'll hear from TNT champion Adam Copeland. I don't know what he's got to say, but it's going to be a fun pre-tape, I think. Yeah, it should be good. I think we might see something with Garcia. Maybe it's not live, it doesn't say. But Garcia is next up, so I hope we see something with that soon because DG needs that belt. Thoughts on Motor City Machine Guns being free agents? AEW bound for sure. I need to watch more of their matches from the past, but the tag division that really needs it right now, so I'm really excited to see them in AEW most likely. TNA's all-time best match is no longer the Unbreakable 05 Triple Threat. It's now Josh Alexander versus Mike Bailey on Impact Television. They gave them an hour to cook. You gotta watch it. Oh God, an hour. Oh, whoa, hold on now. Josh Alexander versus Mike Bailey. Old speedball. He's probably wrestling every single independent wrestler under the sun this weekend. Where is he at? Speedball. Ooh. 11/19/2022. I never saw this. I never saw this match. Oh yeah, they did give him an hour. It's really high rated. I don't know. I've never seen this match before. That would be one of those where I add it to the watch list, but who knows if I'm ever gonna get to it because it's an hour long. But it'll go on the watch list just for you, Ultra. Just for you. Let's see here. Thoughts on Punk and Cody's interview with Ariel? Look, I'm just a small time YouTuber. I don't need to... Whoa. You don't need to attack me with Punk questions. Leave that to Wrestle Pierce, all those guys. Leave that to them. You don't gotta attack. We'll talk about old TNA matches I've never seen. Whoa. Jill, whoa. If I had to give a take, obviously I'm gonna give a take. How do I word it? I don't know how much Punk was being truthful, how much he was lying, and honestly, at this point, I just don't know what to say on that. And Cody, I don't think Cody's ever given like a real answer to anything, because he's like such a trained guy at this point. But I am thankful he mentioned the Elite and didn't just bash them, because they meant a lot to that guy's career. So I hope he finishes his story, and I hope Punk comes back and does some good work. I haven't enjoyed everything in his run right now, but I'm excited to see where it could go. Whilst the Alexander vs. Bailey was fire, the Unbreakable Triple Threat is one of the greatest matches has ever put on. I'm sorry, it's true. It's damn true. You're very passionate about this Unbreakable 05 match. Do you guys want to know a fun fact about me? I haven't got into wrestling like that. I kind of just started like exploring old stuff towards the end of last year, and I would always say I would do it, but it's just hard for me to get to it. There's a lot of old stuff I haven't watched, and I think, judging by that, I think a lot of you know where this is going. I've not seen the 05 Unbreakable match. It's on the list, I promise, but I have not seen it. I will see it very soon. I'll tell you what, I make no promises, but I will put it on the list and try to watch it before next stream, so all of you regulars in here, who I really appreciate, can tell me all about your thoughts on the match. And don't spoil anything in the comments. I've seen clips, of course, but You can come back and I'll tell you guys how stupid I was for not watching it sooner. Punk literally contradicted himself every other sentence. I don't think you're very wrong there. I'm not going to say you're wrong. And what I thought was most funny about it was, because I watched it, and every time he'd say, well, I don't want to relitigate all this, he just couldn't help relitigate it. He couldn't help just keeping himself yapping. He has to yap. He has to talk. So he would like sit there and go, well, I don't want to relitigate this or anything. And then just like keep talking. It was kind of beast. I'm not going to lie. It was kind of beast. I got a theory for Jericho and Hook. They only do this for the puns. Lion Hook, remember Jungle Hook and Hookhausen? They've got to, I hope they're only doing it for the puns because it's not for anybody else. And maybe it's for people who enjoy puns a lot, but not for anyone else, I'm afraid. But, you might be onto something here. Did you watch Tranquilo Club's April Fool's video with him being sarcastic about WWE fans? I did happen to watch that. I think he made another video just like that last year, and I think it rules every time. Maybe I should have made an April Fool's video and just be like, I don't know what I'd go against. What do I have like strong wrestling opinions against? I don't know, maybe like Jericho. Maybe I'd make a video on April Fool's. I probably shouldn't think about this all night, but I should have just went on and said I think Jericho's work is actually really good and I really like it really a lot. That's what I probably should have done. I'm not going to stone you for not knowing. It's just great. Graded on me to AJ Styles when I was a kid and it blew my mind. Oh, it introduced you to AJ. I please don't go too hard. Don't go too hard on me. I know some people would, but I will watch it and I'll get back to you. It'll probably blow my mind too. I enjoy all of AJ Styles' work that I've seen him. I think it's fun. Thoughts on who else might get released? I'm not one to speculate on releasing talent because I don't really like to see anyone lose their jobs. And when it comes to the releases, I just wish AEW stuck to like the whole we're not releasing anybody before their contract runs out and all this sort of thing. I really wish they would have stuck to that because it's something I really appreciated just as a fan. So it does kind of suck. I don't know who else could get released. Maybe just some of the random lower card guys. It could happen, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. I hope no one. I hope they all get to live out their contracts. AJ Styles to AEW for all of House of Black, Jericho, FTR, and Danhausen. I would not disapprove this trade. FTR is kind of a stray, and Brody King is kind of a stray as well. But I wouldn't Well, would I oppose that trade? AJ is kind of old, and I wouldn't want to lose Brody or FTR. I like FTR, but I don't like love. No, I do. I like FTR. And I don't love him, but I like him a lot. Solid trade. Would have to think about it. Would need someone else to throw in there. AJ and someone else. That's who I think. Also, AJ versus Abyss in that cage match. It was damn near perfect. Another one to the list. I'll throw one in there. There's some good match recommendations coming out here. I know one TNA match I watched was that 4-way. It was like Sabu, Rhino, Jeff Hardy, where Jeff Hardy jumps off the stage. That I did watch, and that one ruled. So, more TNA to watch in the future. I'm going to take a big swig. Drink your water. It's good for you. Tiger Style Pro is all elite. Congrats to Tiger Style Pro. He absolutely deserves it. His videos fucking rule, man. I watched some of his videos, and I'm moved every time. I'm really happy that guy got an actual contract because he's so awesome. And his videos are so much better than so much stuff in wrestling right now. I think more wrestling companies should hire some of these guys. I think a few of the names, I don't want to mess it up, but there are a few guys that I really like editing-wise that are all really good. They're like a kind of a trio at this point. Let me see. So it's Cookie's guy. He's also very, very good. I really liked his Mercedes video. And let me see here. Faceless Art. Those are a couple of guys you guys should follow on Twitter. Cookie's guy and Faceless Art. They're very, very talented, and they should get deals sometime eventually as well because they do some damn good work. Yeah, Faceless Art next. Absolutely. I 100% agree. Whilst I wish they stuck to what they said, when it comes to viability, the cuts, it's just business. Yeah, it's business. I know. A lot of those guys, I understand doing all that, but I just wish they would have stuck to it a little bit more, just for me as a fan. But I understand, business is business, and every company is going to do business that not everybody likes. So I understand. I get it. And some of those guys, like, they probably shouldn't have had deals to begin with, like, no shade, but they probably shouldn't have. So I understand. But I think it also, like Slim J's thread afterwards, like, that's kind of why I'm against it. I hate seeing shit like that. It sucks. Sucks. I like AJ versus Chris Daniels versus Samoa Joe at Turning Point 09 better than the Unbreakable 05 because it's in HD. That's very real. That's very honest about old school wrestling. Very honest. I completely get that. Faceless Art next, of course. Yep. Anyone early ROH fans? AJ Styles versus Paul London surprised me. You know, let's go. Let's shout out the early ROH fans. I know there's plenty of them out there. I've been trying to tap into Danielson's early ROH stuff, and while it's one of those things, I say I'm going to watch it and then never get to it, even though I definitely should. But, you know, never, only 24 hours in a day, so not enough or more, you know, not as many hours in the day as I'd like, but we'll be getting to some of that stuff. I did happen to watch, let me reveal, one of matches I really liked, Dragon Chris Daniels low key from the first ROH show. That match fucking rules. It's one of my favorite matches I've personally ever seen. It's awesome. Maybe that's Danielson bias, but it's awesome to me. AJ's best match was against Shinsuke in New Japan. I would not say you're wrong for that. Another one I need to go back to, but I've seen high praise. I get it. I feel like Hook should be getting built into the mid card, not facing Jarrett. Like, I don't mind Hook being like, well, it kind of whatever Hook does on AEW. Let me make it clear. Hook is a very talented young wrestler, but I think his position in AEW holds him back a little bit from being an even better wrestler. I think if he just kind of was able to step away from the title and all the stuff he's currently got going on, maybe take a trip to Japan or something like that, I think he'd really grow into something special. But as it stands now, it's hard for him to get that much better. So I really hope he just goes on like excursion or something and stops doing shit like this. It's helping nobody. Cena trilogy was goated too. Oh yeah, AJ Cena. I know that's goated. I'm very well aware of that being goated. AJ has some really good work. AJ's a really good wrestler. I know there was the whole Kurt Angle AJ debate. I have no dog in this fight. I haven't seen enough of either man to really judge it, but AJ was a very good wrestler. AJ was a really good wrestler. So someone, you know, might be on a few of those guys' sides. Who knows? But as I'm all caught up, you know, it's kind of nice not having to struggle being caught up. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for hanging out. Leave a like on the video if you're not subscribed. Sub to the channel. It's, you know, we always do here. We talk grabs. One more. AJ in New Japan really revitalized my fandom for him. AJ and Takahashi at their peak was great. I think that's a lot of people's views on AJ. His New Japan run is generational. It changed the business in a lot of ways, and even I know that as someone who didn't watch it. I know that. Who are your favorite wrestlers? All right, that's a good question right there. That's a good question. The first ones that come to mind for me personally, we'll name a few in AEW right now. Currently, Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson. 2. Those are 1A, 1B, honestly. I love Takeshita. I love Gabe Kidd. I'm a huge Gabe Kidd fan. I love him. We're moving away from AEW wrestlers, but I love Gabe Kidd. I think he's awesome. I love, let's see here, Miyu Yamashita. I'm a big fan of her. I've seen just a few of her matches, but she's very, very, very talented. I love Saray. I think she's maybe up there with one of my favorite women's wrestlers. I think she's awesome. I love Chris Statlander. Big Chris Statlander guy's an AEW name. Big Chris Statlander guy. I always usually enjoy Zack Sabre Jr. Big fan of him as well. Let's see here. Those are like the first ones that come to mind. I'm not going to go like too crazy with it, but those are definitely the first ones that come to mind. Takeshita is also up there too. Jeez, his work is so good. Just generational talent. We're going to talk. Hey, speaking on Takeshita, we're going to have a video this week. This is a little bit of a scoop for anyone here. Video this week is going to be on who's a part of the AEW All Elite 8. I know that was a thing on Twitter that kind of trended last week on Dynamite, and I kind of want to give my thoughts on all those guys and who I thought deserved to be in that spot. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. 2016 wrestling saved my fandom. I think that was for a lot of people, honestly. I wasn't necessarily around during that time, but I know it was big for a lot of people, and I completely understand it. AJ versus Angle, their matches are some of the best. AJ versus Angle, let me see a few of their matches. I will have to add them. Let me see. AJ Styles versus Kurt Angle. Rivalries database. Oh yeah, they wrestled a lot. Of course they did. Yeah, I need to check this rivalry out. This is a big one. This is a big one as well. It's a really important one as well in the history of TNA. It's huge. It's huge. Huge. I completely understand that. So wait, where do you lie, Thomas, on the AJ versus Angle debate? I feel like you're probably a good person to ask. I feel you, bro, as someone who grew up watching Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece. I said I would watch Bleach on Hulu 95 years later and still haven't touched it. Look, that's how I am, bro. It's hard for me. I just feel like there's not enough time, and so I never get the time to catch up on all the things I want to catch up on, but that's how it is. I used to do that a lot for anime. I'm not so huge into anime anymore, but I very much enjoy it. I would do that all the time for those shows. One of my favorite animes of all time, if anyone wants to know, Neon Genesis, big fan. Evangelion, Mark, to be honest. I'm so sad we didn't get peak health Tanahashi in AEW because he was great back in his day. He was great. I've seen a few of his matches from when he was like at his peak, and he was fucking awesome. God, he would be untouchable in AEW. He was untouchable then, honestly. Take Swerve, Ospreay, Switch, the new pillars. Ooh, I don't know about Switchblade. I don't know. Definitely those three, I think, but I don't know about Switchblade. I think I'd probably put someone else in there. Hey, tap into the video. Tap into the video. We got some plans going on. I'll give a little scoop here though. We'll give you something here. I think it would, if I had to give the new pillars, I'd say Ospreay, Hangman, Swerve, and either Okada, MJF, or Takeshita. That's what I'd say. I couldn't give you an answer. I won't. I can't do it. Who would be the fourth? Well, that's the... See, that I give you my list. I don't know who the fourth would be. It'd be very... It's hard. That's a hard one. That's a really hard question. Have you seen the best show on TV right now, Invincible? I have not. That's another one. Funnily enough, that's on my list, the first season. I do really want to watch it. Because I've seen clips, and it looks fucking awesome. So I will. Also, I love AJ, one of my top 10 literally growing up. He was my favorite for a long time. Kurt Angle's ability in his story and his character work, whilst not failing, makes Kurt the best. That's very respectable. Very respectable. I think any side of the debate you lean on, I think is very valid, and you got some valid reasons to enjoy it. But I think also, like, hey, if AJ means the most to you as a wrestler, hey, it's okay to say AJ is the best in your eyes. That's perfectly okay. Even if Kurt Angle was better to you, if you think AJ is the best, that's no problem. We are all caught up. Thank you guys very much. Season finale on Thursday. I'll try. We'll see. I make no promises. I don't know what you want from me. I make no promises. But yes, okay, we're gonna keep going in the Dynamite rundown. We touched on the Adam Copeland, that bottom six. We touched on them all. We are not going to touch on the bottom left anymore. We talked about Mariah and Thunder. I think it might be match of the night, as you can tell by the title. I think it might be match of the night. It's gonna rule. Let's talk about Samoa Joe versus Swerve Strickland contract signing. Look, I know contract signings have been overdone over the years. I understand. But this one should be fun. It's going to be two guys battling it out on the mic that are both really good at zingers and comebacks, and it's going to be really good. I'm really excited for this segment. There'll probably be some violence. Maybe we'll see a Swerve stomp of sorts, or maybe Nana's going to go through a table. He's going to eat a muscle buster through a table. I don't know if he's too old to take it, but hey, we could see it. I would be moved by a Nana muscle buster to a table. Sorry, Nana. Sorry. I apologize. Let's see here. Another one from Thomas. Plus, Kurt was an absolute beast in the ring. Perk Angle has never been touched by anyone. I don't know if there's anyone that resembles Perk Angle. I don't know if there's any wrestler ever that would resemble Perk Angle. He was on another level. He was on perks. What's Swerve's first feud if he wins the belt? I probably would say Darby if Darby wasn't hurt. I would probably say Darby because they have embed history. The match would be great. And I think he probably gives at least two programs. I think he drops the belt at Wembley to one Ospreay, but I'd probably say Darby. I think he's just got so much history, and if Darby's healed by then, Darby's been heat up big time by the Sting match, so I would be down for it. Even if you're not the biggest WWE fan, Dave Meltzer only giving 10 matches 5 stars in 40 years of history is bullshit, and you know it, bro. Hey, whoa, hands up in the sky, whoa. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with that. I mean, he was very harsh for a while on 5 stars. He's a lot more open to giving them now, I'll say, but he was very harsh. I'm not sure. I need to go back and see all the, I need to see a lot of Kurt Angle's work, but how do they never get a 5-star? That is weird. I know it's like overdone and holy fuck, people don't ever shut the fuck up about it, but yeah, why? Why did he never do that? Ricky, I think we talked about him earlier on. Oh, not Ricky. Oh, you mean the four pillars? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think he's not on that level. I mean, you can't. I think if you put your 4 pillars, let's say, Takeshita, Swerve, and Ospreay, Ricky just does not fit in there. He's a great wrestler in some aspects, and better in some than others, kind of thing. But he just doesn't fit in amongst those guys. This is where your heels and faces video comes into play. AEW needs there's a heart in a way. Needs bad guys for someone like Swerve. Yeah, hey, I appreciate the shout out on the video. I appreciate that you still got that in your mind. That's very kind. Yeah, they need to build up some guys. I don't know about heels. I don't know what Swerve is going to be coming out of the match. I think we'll know more of like whether he leans heel or face, but they need some heels for the guy. He's got to beat him. The crowd loves him. They need to build some guys up here soon. Let's be honest, it's 2024. If you're still listening to Meltzer about stars, you're cooked. I don't disagree. I think Meltzer is probably cooked with the star ratings. He goes crazy on them, but hey, it's not a conversation anyone needs to be having at this point, if we're being honest. But well, he does cook some shit up. He fucking loves Will Ospreay. I get it, but damn, son, he fucking loves Will Ospreay. How will you react if Roman retains Sunday? Hey, check my Twitter at It's Noviak. I will be crying laughing. I will post a video crying laughing because it'll be so funny. Hey, I want Cody to win, but in all my spitefulness, hashtag breaking Bruno's record, baby. Let's get it. You watching Mania this weekend? I am watching Mania this weekend. I will be tuning in both nights because it's Mania. And there's some really fun matches on there. Sammy Gunther. Sorry, not Sammy Drew. Sammy Gunther. Match of the whole thing, I think. And The Rock's on it. The Rock in his current state on WrestleMania, beast. Let's see here. We'll talk about the final match on this card because we're 15 minutes away, and I gotta get my water. I gotta get my stuff before the show. But we'll talk about the last match. Obviously, we'll still be talking about whatever chats because I really enjoy talking to you guys. Again, thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream. You guys are real. I know all these names. You guys are here every week, and I really appreciate you guys being here. Let's see here. Powerhouse Hobbs versus Will Ospreay, a battle of wills. Hey, check out Tiger Style Pro's video on the official AEW account because he is all elite, baby. Check that out. It's awesome. But this match to me, I said it when it got announced last week on Twitter, and I'll say it now. This is the sink or swim moment for Powerhouse Hobbs. I made a video on sink or swim moment. Sink or swim in AEW, that whole method. This is that. If you can't have a good match with Will Ospreay, and there's not some particular reason why, there could be some nefarious things, you never know, but if you can't have a good match with Will Ospreay, something needs to be found out. It's a big moment for Powerhouse Hobbs. It might just be the main event. No, they'll probably run the contract signing main event, but it's a huge moment for him, and I really hope he steps up to the plate because I do really like Powerhouse Hobbs. I think he's one of the best big men in AEW whenever he gets a chance, and that TNT title run was fucking tragic. So I really hope he steps up to the plate here. This is a big moment for him, and I hope he steps up. Like I keep saying, I'm looking forward to that match. It's gonna rule. Let me get one last little swig here. Do you guys hear me drinking? Do you guys hear that? I don't know if you hear that. I hope not. It's probably very disturbing if you're wearing headphones. Um, Thoughts on how they? Oh wait, hold on now. Let's go here. Jay is one of those good old fashioned heels. Takeshita could be one. Hobbs, etc. If they got guys they can build. I'm fully on board with all three of those options. Hobbs, I just said it. Big moment for him. That's how you know he's ready to be a top heel if he steps up right here. So I hope he does it. And Jay is a good old fashioned heel already. I hope there could be something for him. I would be excited by a Swerve feud. Oh, actually, here's a shout for Swerve's first opponent after winning, Moxley. Mox or Darby. That's who I'm gonna say because I think that match would rule. They have history in the tournament, so the Continental Classic. Yeah, I hope so. Thoughts on how they debuted Jade? I really like the tag match. I think it's gonna be really good. I'm honestly excited to see her and how her run goes. Maybe took too long, and they probably should have done it sooner. But I think it's not a bad debut, especially pairing her with like two established stars of the division. That's fine by me. I think that's no problem. If you know me by now, I'm high on Hobbs. Got to be high on Hobbs. Oh, my only downside for Jay White is that sometimes his promos are too long and rambly. Yeah, for sure. I think maybe that's the New Japan in him. Sometimes they tend to go long, especially in-show promos. But yeah, I can totally understand that being a criticism of Jay. But I think some of his best work is really, really good. Jay's run so far has been stinky at times. I think it was just the MJF stuff that was really bad, but other than that, I really enjoyed it. I'm a big Bullet Club Gold guy, so I don't hate it, and I got to see the guy live a few times, so that's fun. It hurts for me to live in Philly and be a broke teenager knowing that WrestleMania is just a drive away. God, that's so painful. It's so bad. I'm gonna have to start paying for an apartment bill pretty soon, so I'm gonna start like feeling things. I'm gonna start having that same moment. So I'm not excited to maybe experience that one time, but hey. It's Philly, you guys. There's gonna be a ton of stuff. Maybe you should try to get out to one of those indie shows. They're not as expensive. Try to head out to Stardom or something like that. That'd be awesome. Or ROH, But hey, I get it. I'm still a teenager. I'm still 20. I'm hanging on to it. But I completely understand. It's tragic. I hope maybe you come into some money here soon. But WrestleMania is so expensive. He's still under 30 and can go in the ring. Yeah, he's got some time. I think let him cook a little bit. Let Jay White cook. Wardlow fans in shambles. They've been in shambles for quite some time. It's very unfortunate. I used to be a Wardlow fan, and I even bought in on his. There's one promo where I bought in again, and then Wardlow, man. That's all you can really say. True, Jay needs to tidy up those promos sometimes and go back to that New Japan bag and give me those creepy cult leader vibes. Hey, tidy up those promos, clean up some of the excess, cut the fat kind of stuff, and you got something with him. He's good. Bullet Club Gold is a fun act, and I enjoy that, but hey, maybe he's at his best when he's that creepy cult guy. I think there's an argument to be made. Are you going to watch NXT Stand and Deliver? I'm hyped for Mellow Trick. I'll probably only watch Mellow Trick because there will be a lot of wrestling to watch. Maybe if there's something else that's like really good, I'll tap in, but it kind of depends on what's on that show, but I'll be tapped into Mellow Trick. I'm excited to see that. Trick Williams is really, really good. Trick Williams is whoop that Trick, man. He's a star in this business. Mox is a great idea. Hey, shout out. Mox is going to be great. I think it's going to be him, honestly. I think they're setting some things up. The match about to go crazy. Yeah, it's going to be good. I have a good feeling about that match. I think they're going to have the heat for it, and that's mainly what counts. They're going to have a lot of good heat for it, and I think that'll carry them through. Even if it's not, crazy, but it'll be a good match. I'm excited. Watch Supercard of Honor? Absolutely. I'll be tapped into that show live. I'll be watching it. That show is going to fucking rule. That's awesome. There's some really great matches on that show. I talked about it last week on this live stream, but there's some really great matches on that show. I'm especially excited for the women's stuff. The Stardom tags and Billy versus Aminata and Shida versus Athena. I'm really excited for that. I think that's going to be a great show. I want Bullet Club Gold to do some dastardly things. One thing I need, his program with MJF was for Bullet Club Gold to spin the block on MJF. Yeah, sure. I would be totally down with seeing them spin the block on him. Fuck it, why not? Yeah, they need some more. They need a little bit of edge, I think. They're a little too comedic at this current moment. Prayer Circle also for Eddie Kingston. Hey, poor guy's losing all of his belts. I'm afraid to say he's losing it to Mark. And Mark should win the belt. By the way, it's that anniversary of Jay's winning his world title. Yeah, I'm sorry to say, if you're holding out prayers for Eddie Kingston, I don't know how well that's gonna go, but I wish best of luck. I will be rooting for Mark Briscoe, I fear. But with that, we got 10 minutes to Dynamite. I'll answer any last questions. I'll be on here for a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna go heat up some. What's it called? Chicken Alfredo from Olive Garden, leftovers. So that should be very exciting. But getting some last minute chats here, and I'll of course be here for you guys. Like, I don't mind Jay losing, but I feel Jay should leave scars on his opponents. Yeah, there should be. That would be really cool. Like, the Switchblade leaves like something you always remember kind of thing. I think that'd be cool if he just had that edge to him, or maybe the mental edge and leave mental scars. I think that would be good enough. I think it's funny that TK holds AEW shows on WrestleMania weekend because he did not. Seki had his fine with putting ROH down. Oh, you mean like holding a Philly show? Hey, it's ROH is an indie at this point. ROH, you got to do indie shows on WrestleMania weekend. I think it's fine. He's gonna get a good house for it, and people will be hot. Wait, didn't you talk about Bullet Club Gold in New Japan and how to deal with Bullet Club Gold? I did talk about Bullet Club Gold at some point, and I've mentioned, of course, I'm a big fan. I've talked about it a few times. If you're a longtime viewer of the channel, I've talked about how much I enjoy the guns, even in spite of what everyone says. I enjoy them. So, yeah, I've talked about that before. He's literally the Switchblade. I seriously thought that Juice Robinson should have taken the Dynamite ring. I wouldn't have complained. Juice Robinson also rules. We'll probably end on this one unless there's something, you guys say something interesting. What was your first date with your girlfriend like? It was a lot of fun. I remember being very, very nervous. It was the first date I'd ever been on, and it was our first date. We went to an amusement park near me. If you know where I live, then you know which one. And it was a very good time. But there was a lot of nerves and stuff like that. But you just got to fight through it. Got to be funny. That was my big thing. Got to be funny. The best wrestling YouTubers are the chill ones like you. Thank you very much for the kind words, Ultra. You're always in here, always saying something kind. Thank you to Thomas as well, always in here. Pedro, I've definitely seen you before. And Mihir, always here, always chatting. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Dynamite's going to start soon. I hope you all enjoy the show. There's some good stuff on this one, so it should be a great time. Even with everything, we'll answer a few more. Hold on now. But even with everything I said, I'll take Bullet Club Gold over the current Bullet Club. Hey. With Finlay as a leader, sure, but not too much on Gabe Kidd. Watch the Nick documentary. Hey, that was my childhood, so, it hurts a little bit, but that company is fucking rotten. So I hope everybody that deserves to get, expunged from this shit does, because no matter how much of it was my childhood, fuck them all. Keep it up. You're killing it. Thank you so much, Thomas. Thank you so much to everyone who's watching. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. Check my Twitter @itsnoviak. I live tweet Dynamite all the time. I tweet all the time. I'm a yapper, so I'd like to yap. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate the kind words. Appreciate you guys always messaging. I'll be back next Wednesday. Check the video next Saturday. All Elite